Now they are continuing to march, and again, it's a story we've heard many times on here, and how harsh foot marches can be. And at this point, Rifleman Harris, he doesn't think he's going to make it, and he's fading fast. He's marching with a guy named Brooks. They're kind of broken up into pairs to try and stay together a little bit, and he's trying to maintain. Back to the book. I remember Sir Dudley Hill passing me on a mule this day. He wore a Spanish straw hat and had his cloak on. He looked back when he had passed and addressed me. "Harris," said he, "I see you cannot keep up." He appeared very sorry for me, for he knew me well. "You must do your best," he said, "my man, and keep up with us, or you will fall into the hands of the enemy." As the day wore on, I grew weaker and weaker, and at last, spite all of my efforts, I saw the main body leave me hopelessly in the lurch. Brooks himself was getting weaker too. He saw it was of little use to urge me on, and at length, assenting to my repeated requests to be left behind, he hurried on as well, and he was able without a word of farewell. I now soon sank down in the road and lay beside another man who had also fallen and was apparently dead, and whom I'd recognized as one of our sergeants named Taylor. Whilst we lay exhausted in the road, the rear guard, which was now endeavoring to drive on the stragglers, approached, and a sergeant of the Rifles came up and stopped and looked at us. He addressed himself to me and ordered me to rise, but I told him it was useless for him to trouble himself about me, as I was unable to move a step further. Whilst he was urging me to endeavor to rise up, the officer in command of the rear guard also stepped up. The name of this officer was Lieutenant Cox. He was a brave and good man, and observing that the sergeant was rough in his language and manner towards me, he silenced him and bade the guard proceed and leave me. "Let him die quietly, Hicks," he said to the sergeant. "I know him well. He's not a man to lie here if he could get on." "I'm sorry, Harris," he said, "to see you reduced to this, for I fear there is no help to be had now." He then moved on after his men and left me to my fate. A lot different than never leave a man behind. You've actually got people just saying, "Hey, you're not going to make it. I can see you're not going to make it. I know you're a tough guy, and if you're not walking right now, we got nothing for you."
Dang, yeah.